Hi, I'm going to show you how to use the Wi-Fi interface to log on to the RaceBox and download files. The first thing you need to do is to get the IP address that you're looking for. I use my router administrative program, and usually it will say attached devices. In this case, it's DHCP reservations. So I click on that and pull that down, and you'll see generally there's one without a client name that you don't recognize. It's wireless, and that's the one I want. It ends in 108, so I have to remember that number. That's the IP address I'm going to use to connect to the RaceBox. The first thing I'm going to do is get Putty. Putty's a free downloaded, widely available program, and it will allow me to log on to the RaceBox. I use a SSH and the IP address of that ends in 108 that I found on the router. So I'm going to load that up, and you get a logon prompt. You want to use root, if you spell it correctly, and then enter your password. And that'll put you in the main directory, the root directory of the Edison. Now, to look at what's in there, you do ls, and you can see there's a number of files. And all of these files, it's a rotating group of files. So whenever the RaceBox is started, it does file, and then that's renamed to file 1. File 1 is renamed to file 2, etc. You probably won't have to use these files or look at them. They're more for debugging, or if you have some question as to what happened, you can use them. And to look at them, you just enter, well, not file, but more. We're going to look at file 1. So more, file 1, and you can see all of the things that happen. It starts out giving you all of the cal factors that you've entered. So if you're wondering what your cal factor was during a particular race, you can look it up. And then all of the client messages there as it's waiting for the Bluetooth connection, and then the Bluetooth read started when it got connected. And you can see the different status messages. For example, that one is a NEMA read on input 1, and then Bluetooth write, and then the cal. You can see the data got to the cal routine. And basically there's a code for each type of data. And that's what we're looking for there. But what's more interesting is the log file, and that's in the log directory. And I'm going to clear the screen here so it's easier to see it, and then list the log directory. So that's the log file that we're going to want. It's pretty hard to look at on this. So what we're going to do is download it, and we're going to use FileZilla. That's another commercially available, free, available program, widely used. And I don't want to install a new version. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to connect on to the IP address at FSTP. You get this unknown host message, just say OK. And then you can see on the right there all of the same things you saw in the root directory of the Edison. And you could download those if you wanted. Then we're going to go and open up the log directory, and there's our log file. And we're going to download that into our RaceBox directory on our computer on the left. So we double click on that. And in this case, it's already there, so we get that message, but we'll just download it again. And that takes just a little bit of time, depending on how long this file is. This one's pretty long. And then when we get that, the next thing we're going to do is open it in Excel. It's much easier to read in Excel. It's a text file, so you'll have to open it as a text file. So let's get Excel up here. And I'm going to just load it. And it's a tab delineated file, so you don't have to really specify much. Just say finish. And then you can see what we've got. We've got a row for every second and a column for everything being recorded. So we've got the date, the time, the raw data, the corrected data, the latitude, the longitude, the speed over ground, the course over ground, the variation, the current, knots, direction, the mark, which is not filled in because this wasn't racing. So that's basically it. You get great use of this when you're trying to review what you've done. Thanks for watching.